Well, we're moving on to the next game. We definitely got things to learn and work on this week, and we'll definitely do that all week long and get ready to play a really good football team at their place who's playing well. They beat us last year. They've got an athletic quarterback. They play with tempo. I think they have one loss in the conference. So we're going to have a good week of practice, which I think we will. I think our guys will come in and work hard, and we'll continue to work on the mistakes we made and figure out ways to get better. And I know that our guys will be into it and ready to compete this week.
Jeff, seemed like the guys are pretty frustrated, obviously, understandably so after a game. I guess, how would you just describe morale right now? And if it is a little low, how do you kind of get the guys re-energized heading into these final two games?
Well, I think it's okay to be angry after the game. All of us were. I think it's okay to be angry for 24 hours after that as well. And then from there, you got to look at, let's identify the mistakes. Let's get things corrected as well as we can. Let's move on and work hard. And, without question, the penalties stand out. Those fall. So the head coach has to get that fixed this week, and that'll be the number one priority to make sure that we try to eliminate those as fully as much as we can, especially any 15-yarders can't happen ever again. And we got to make sure that we don't beat ourselves in those type of situations.
Jeff, this time last week you had mentioned that regardless of who the quarterback was, there was always a plan in place to help win. Given how the last couple games have gone, are you inching closer to maybe instituting a plan that doesn't involve Miller Moss as the starter?
Well, every week we're going to prepare to win the game, and whatever gives us the best chance to win, that's what we're going to do. And we have no other goal in beating SMU. We'll have packages for all of our quarterbacks. We'll put the best guy out there that will help us win, and we'll have hopefully some creativity to do some different things, have the ability to, but without question the goal is to win the next football game.
Jeff, can you take us through the decision-making process to switch kickers and what all's happening? At that point, I know it's going fast and you don't have a timeout, so kind of take us through that process in the game Friday night.
I think quite simply, Cooper's had a great year. Unfortunately, we missed an extra point. Then he missed a field goal. We were at a range that was a little bit longer. He easily could have made it, but his confidence was shaken. So we did have a kicker who had made some kicks for us also already this year and had been here a long time. We made the decision to give him a chance after the two misses. Unfortunately, it didn't work. And, I think both those guys will be ready to go this week and bounce back. But it was unfortunately not our best day kicking.
Going over film after a loss is never probably a fun thing, but what jumped out at you maybe after you looked at the game closer again on video?
Well, I think we've had a lot of games where we haven't had a whole lot of possessions. We've been able to run the ball, control the clock. The other team has had possession of the ball as well. We were right where we needed to be with a chance to win twice. And unfortunately shot ourselves in the foot. So as you go back, we've talked, everyone knows about the penalties. Yes, those have to stop, but we have to figure out a way not to have those happen and minimize those and definitely eliminate the 15-yarders. Those have been costly and unfortunate, and we have to control our emotions and make sure that we coach it every single day throughout the week and during game day. We've gone back and looked at, okay, what do we need to run different? What could we have done different to, so to speak, not go backwards, in all the three losses. And, Virginia, we threw the ball in that overtime, went down and just didn't convert on third and goal, had to kick a field goal. And then Cal, I believe we ran the ball for 9 yards, ran the ball to get the first down, and unfortunately had a 15-yard penalty. So that set us back. And in this past game, we had been running the ball well. Now they were ready for the run, and they stopped us on a couple where we at least got a yard or two. So we were still in good range and, had some costly penalties, multiple costly penalties that now backed us up. So we're how can we not have negative plays, get positive yards? How can we minimize any chance of any penalty in that situation by doing a couple different things in our calls, but we've looked at it thoroughly to try to make sure that we don't shoot ourselves in the foot anymore down there.
Jeff, how much of a toll does it take on you mentally what you went through last week when you have the threat and it's your family? How did that affect you last week, and how did you deal with it, and how tough was that to deal with?
Well, quite honestly, for me, it doesn't affect me much at all. I think I'm worried about it affecting other people more. That's my job as the head coach is to win football games. So when we don't win, I'm sure people aren't going to be happy, and I have to be able to take that. And what I don't want is our team to lose confidence in themselves and their ability to play at a high level, because we've had our chances. And everybody could say this and that, we could do this, but we've lost twice in the last play of the game, and then we had two opportunities to easily kick a field goal to win the game, and the story's different. But it is what it is. So I'm the one responsible for it and need to take the heat. So just like I've always done, you just put your head down, you go to work, and that's what we're going to do. That's something I enjoy doing, and it's the football season. You got to grind it away. You got to correct things as they come. You got to try to keep it as clean as you can. For whatever reason, different things pop up every now and then, and you got to address it and hope to play better the next time. But we've had a couple things, shoot us in the foot, and I've got to make sure that we've, don't have those things happen anymore, and that we play as clean as we can. Now, it's a football game. The other team's good too, and they got good coaches, so you're not going to win every battle on every play, but you can't, like I said, shoot yourselves in the foot at times when you're in good position, as long as you don't do something really negative. And unfortunately, those things have happened the last couple games.
Kind of in that regard, two-part, how do you keep their confidence going, when things are not going their way? And then second, you always talk about the fine line of winning a game and losing a game, and I think on the first field goal, the snap was probably a little bit off, and it's just little things, isn't it? I mean, you have to do the little things, the little details.
Well, like I said, I think our guys are going to practice well this week. When you have some tough losses, we always don't move on and throw it out. We're going to identify the mistakes. We're going to talk about it. We're going to correct it. We're going to go through it, and it'll be in a positive tone to a certain degree, emphasizing that these things can't ever happen again, or there will be consequences. At the same time, you want them wanting to come back and compete and fighting through things, and that's part of football. That's part of life. You're going to have adversity. A lot of times when you lose in the fashion we did compared to other ways, it hurts worse, and it stings more because you're right there. But that's life, and I think that our guys, they practiced well last week. They did. I thought we had our chances to win against a good football team, and we didn't do it. So now we get another opportunity to play a really good football team on the road that beat us last year. That will present different challenges, and I'd like to just see us get better and obviously play as clean as we can. But yes, we need to clean up penalties, and we can't shoot ourselves in the foot, and we have to be as efficient as we can on both sides of the ball and play better. Quite honestly.
Jeff, how did you first become aware of the threats last week, and what was that process like, and have you ever had to deal with something like that before?
Well, I don't want to give too many details. I don't know what I'm allowed to, but it was a direct message to my phone right after the game. I'm not going to repeat what was said because it was not good. But you know what? Like I said, things directed to me, I'm fine with. When it's directed to my family and wife and kids, that's going over the line. But you know what? We move on, and hey, people aren't happy with losses. I'm not as well, and so you know what, we're going to go to work and put our head down and go try to win the next game. And that's how we're going to treat this game and the next game. And it's a one-game season. And, yeah, there's challenges ahead of us this week. So you got to take them head on and go to work and try to win.
Kind of on some similar, following up on some similar questions, is obviously there's a lot of noise out there, you know, an upset fan base and stuff. Do you try to keep that from your team, or how do you, I guess, let them, or try to keep the noise away from them when you're trying to prepare for another game?
The noise, no, I don't try to keep it from them. I don't talk about it. It is what it is. I mean, people can say whatever they want. They're going to say good things when you lose, and say some things when good things when you win, and say some things when you lose that aren't great. So, you know, that's what college sports and athletics is now. So, no, we just address the problems. You know, we're a team. We're going to focus on what we can do to get better. We're going to not shy away from our mistakes and not talk about them. No, we're going to talk about them. We're going to go through them, and we're going to analyze them. That's what we do on Sunday as we bring our guys in and we go through the film with them. We go on the field, go through all the corrections. We talk about things, and we then put it to bed. And then it's about getting ready for the next opponent. So, you know, those things are going to happen. You know, we're fine working through that. It's just a matter of getting ready for a good opponent and trying to win.
Jeff, you talked about just keeping the confidence in the guys, but then also having different plans to be able to win. So I guess what goes into that decision-making process, or how do you balance keeping confidence in players while also considering maybe making some changes among starters?
Well, I really don't think it's that hard to keep their confidence up. You know, we practice hard. We want them to enjoy practicing. I don't think it's that difficult. You know, that's what we do as coaches, is to prepare them, get them ready to play where they feel confident going into the game, and then they go cut it loose. When it comes to who we're playing, everyone knows when we play a game, we're going to put the best guys out there to give us a chance to win. And, you know, they practice all week. Our guys are out there. Everyone sees who our best players are, and we're going to go try to win the game. So we'll continue to do that. And with that, yeah, can we be creative and do a couple of different things? Sure, we'll always try to do that. At the same time, you got to have a pulse of your team and what are our strengths, what are our weaknesses, and try to play to those and try to win in that fashion.
It was a close game last year here, down to the wire with SMU. What do you see with them on both sides of the ball this year? What's maybe different? I know they started slower, but they've been playing really well late.
Well, they're very similar. So on offense, they have the same skill guys for the most part. A good quarterback is athletic. He can run around. He gave us some problems last year. Their tempo and their ability to go fast gave us problems. It was not our best game on defense last year. The tempo and inability to get calls communicated fast and get set was not our strength. So we've worked at, and we've been much better this year. Now this team will test us more than the others in that aspect. So, you know, being sound, being set, knowing the call, communicating it, and being able to play against tempo will be very important, and a mobile quarterback who can run. Defensively, you know what? They had a couple games early in the non-conference where they didn't play their best. They've kind of settled in. You know, I think it's a good package. They play hard. They play fast. They've played some really good games here in the recent past, and they're playing very confident now. So I think it's a good football team that's playing confident. They have a lot to play for, like all of us. But you know, it'll be a tough battle for us.